120 at Westfield Technical Academy. This is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Uh-oh.
Wait. What's the time? Oh,
I'm not worried about the time.
I'm not in the
What?
center.
I feel off-centered.
Yeah.
for
Come
frick's
on.
So either Pete can fix that or you can slide
I'll
over.
fix it. Hold on. Give me a break.
I'll stay where I am.
Oh, look at that.
It's better. So
That was better than you sliding
Oh
over.
God.
I'll even
Yes,
zoom in.
we're good. We're
Yeah,
good.
now we're still close enough to grope each other.
Yeah.
Look at that. He's
What are
even
you gonna
zoomed you
grope?
in.
Nothing here to grope. Don't I wish?
All right, so we heard at the top of the first hour, and it's been teased that today the second half is all about saving money.
Speak, oh great one, on saving money, because that's probably on everybody's mind.
Yeah, so we're dedicating this next hour to saving money, and I have a little quiz here that even I don't know the answers to
I have no idea.
kind of
I
warm us
really-
up.
I
And
have no
you know,
idea.
I thought I was clicking on the right soundbite there because this is more fitting.
What is that?
Price is Right. And when we get into this, you'll see how apropos that is.
Yeah, I have no idea because a lot of these products I don't even buy. I don't buy butter.
No.
We buy it by the case.
No, but you know,
So I
we're,
don't
we're
know.
here to guess at what some of these things may cost, and in the end, we will find out about it. If you want to play along at home, grab a pen, pencil. Pete will put some slides up so that you can see what we are talking about.
Are you ready?
Let's play Name That Price. All right, so you are going to rank these nuts from least to most expensive.
Least.
And we have almonds, pine nuts, pecan halves, peanuts, walnut halves, and cashews. So I'm going to go from the top down. So I'm going to say that is the most expensive, and that one,
I would say peanuts, walnuts,
and that one.
cashews,
I have
pine
no idea.
nuts, almonds, and pecans.
3, 2, 1. All right. So Kathy is still guessing.
I have no idea.
So
I really have no
I ended up going, Pete,
I have no
in this order: peanuts, walnuts, pecans, almonds, pine nuts, and then cashews.
no clue.
Peanuts, walnuts, cashews, pine nuts, pecans, and almonds.
Uh-huh. All right. It'll be
So-
interesting to find out where we're at there.
No clue.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely no clue.
Question number 2.
Yes, okay. Now, Cheerios reigned as America's favorite cereal for decades until Honey Nut Cheerios took over the top spot in 2009. How much is a 10.8-ounce box? And you know it used to be like a 12 or a 14-ounce box, but now it's 10.8. And I don't buy cereal, but I have an idea where things should cost. So I,
Prices listed in
No.
the quiz were current as of press time.
yes.
Yeah.
Now, this is also out of Food Network magazine, whose main
How long
author-
ago was it?
this month.
Okay.
And this is Food Network magazine. Their main offices are in New York City. So we might have, just like The Price is Right,
What month?
higher California prices. But this gives us a rough idea.
Okay.
So I'm guessing it was like C, $4.19 for that
That's what I-
box.
I said $4.19.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going lower
I don't know
than that.
because again I buy it at Costco's.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 boxes together and it's dirt cheap, so I have no clue.
You still do the cereal thing?
Oh, I love cereal. I love Cheerios.
I
They will eat
used to
cereal.
like grape nuts.
I like grape nuts. I like grape nuts, Cheerios, and Rice Krispies.
I had to put sugar on my grape nuts, so.
Oh no, I don't put sugar on anything.
All right, ready for
My
the
grandmother used to put sugar on Frosted Flakes.
You know what? How about this one? How about this
Oh,
one?
Rice Krispies.
Butter,
She did.
bread and butter with sugar on the top.
I've heard that one, yeah.
Yep.
Ew.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what number 3 is all about. All right. Which
Buy it.
steak is the biggest splurge?
I
In
think
other
this one's-
words,
there's a red herring in there.
ribeye,
I don't even know.
filet mignon, American Wagyu, skirt, and porterhouse.
Skirt's
even
the
know it.
cheapest. Although not so much anymore.
Not so much anymore.
It's all expensive.
I don't know what skirt is.
I know what I would. I know it's either B or C for me.
See, I said A. I don't know anything about steak prices either.
So, porterhouse is part of the filet in it, and then part of the strip in it.
Right, but usually the per pound filet is more expensive.
Yeah.
But because you put Wagyu in front of something,
I think the Wagyu is the red
that's what
herring here.
That's
yeah.
what I picked. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a grass-fed beef,
And the cows are massaged.
yeah, it's very well taken care of. So there's a lot of fat in the muscle tissue.
Yeah, it's the same level as Kobe beef.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Number 4. How much does a case of 2 dozen 16.9 ounce bottles of Dasani water cost? Now, usually we always find it on sale for about $3 or $4. And because they put it on sale,
2 dozen?
2 dozen, so it's a 24 pack.
I'm gonna go high, 50 cents a bottle.
All right. I didn't see the two.
Let's see, 24 pack. I'm actually going with B on that one.
Yeah, it could
I'm going with $8.99.
I don't know.
2 dozen, 24 of them.
Yes.
$8.99 is too high. It's too low.
Yeah.
You're gonna go over.
We'll find out. I'm gonna go over with what?
Over the price. You're not gonna win this bid.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll find out. Number 5. All right. Match these dairy aisle staples with the right price. Now we have organic vitamin D whole milk for a half gallon. We have a pound of Land O'Lakes butter. We have an 8-ounce container of Daisy sour cream. We have a 4-count pack of Kobani yogurt. And Sargento, 8 ounces of cheese, which happens to be sharp cheddar slices. So I think the lowest is going to go right here. Let's see what the highest. The highest is going to be here.
The lowest is the Chobani.
I don't know.
And
A pound of Land O'Lakes is about $4.99 right now.
$3.99.
Not a
$4.99 if it's on sale.
No idea.
The Daisy is.
I'm thinking of Land O'Lakes cheese. I'm sorry.
The Daisy's $3.99. I got it. I think I got it.
All right. So I put the butter at $5.79, the highest,
No.
and I put the milk the second highest. I'm sorry. I put the. What the hell did I do here? The milk is the second highest.
You know, the first time I walked into a grocery store, was a couple of nights ago, in over a year.
I have no
Now-
idea.
All kinds of trains going by in the background.
I have
One
no
going
idea
north,
what's
one going south.
$3.99. $3.99, $4.99. Okay. All right, we're gonna find out where we're at when we read the results on that one. So, what costs more, 8 ounces of shredded Parmesan or an 8-ounce wedge of aged Parmesan? I am going to go.
It's got to be shredded, no? Because there's labor involved in the shredding.
But it doesn't say that the Parmesan is aged Parmesan after when it's shredded.
All right.
This is a tough one. You know, I'm going to go with the wedge on that one. Maybe you'll learn a thing or two here.
Well, no, because a lot of these things are not items that I buy. So it's not that I don't use them, but I buy them in other ways or I buy them in bulk. So my price it would be a moot point.
Number 7.
Okay.
How much does an ounce of saffron cost?
I have never bought saffron in my entire life.
Where's 7?
Did I not include 7?
Yeah,
There it is.
It's 7.
It's out of order for some reason.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. All right. So how much does an ounce of saffron cost?
I don't know.
$5, $25, $55, or $105?
I have no idea.
I am saying $105.
I don't think it's that expensive.
I have
Saffron is one of the most expensive.
An ounce, huh?
Yeah. An ounce is a lot.
Where's your saffron dealer?
Yeah. I think I'm going to be right on that one.
Okay.
Okay, number 8. Nah, I don't use any of these. Which of these salad toppers is the priciest per pound? Now we're looking
ounce.
Prices per ounce. I'm sorry. Yes, thank you, Peter. So we have feta cheese, real bacon bits, Ocean Spray original craisins, salted pumpkin seeds, and Olive Garden garlic and Romano croutons. Now this is per ounce. Per ounce. The croutons weigh next to nothing. And the feta, there's some liquid there. So it doesn't take long to get up to an ounce. Bacon bits are really light. The dried fruit is usually the most expensive, but now this is per ounce and not per container.
I'm going to guess.
You know, I'm going to have to, because they say real bacon bits, I'm going with B on this one.
Those are usually really cheap, but okay.
B is the most often used choice for when people don't know.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm torn between that one and the croutons because we're playing a game and they say per ounce. So by the time you get a whole ounce of the croutons, you're buying multiple. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Number 9.
Number 9. About 1 million boxes of Kraft macaroni and cheese are sold in the U.S. every day. How much does a box typically cost? So we're looking at 75 cents, $1.25, $2.49, or $3.49.
Kraft dinner.
Yep. No, a lot of people who survive through college on this. So it has to be $1.25. All right. Number 10. That would be the oil one, yes. So we have 5 different types of oil here. Rank these oils from least to most expensive. So we have walnut oil, vegetable oil, avocado oil, corn oil, and extra virgin olive oil. So I know I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I've got my order.
I got mine too.
All right. So yeah, that was a rather quick quiz. We did that just to kind of get our heads around, prices and what things really should be. So number 1, the correct order was
Going across or down?
No, just least to most expensive. Peanuts were the least.
No. When he reads
peanuts,
this,
then almonds.
Wait a minute, hold on. Peanuts, then almonds.
Yep.
Okay.
Then walnut halves.
Okay.
Then cashews. Then pecan halves. Then pine nuts. I got that one completely wrong, except for one.
I was only one off. Because I
we
had
got 2 right.
I had walnut halves at 2, and they were actually 3. I had cashews at 3, they were actually 4. I had pecan halves at 5, which they were.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pine nuts were the one that threw me for the. I had almonds and pine nuts reversed.
And I buy cashews, and I cringe whenever I buy them because they're so expensive.
They're very high in fat.
That's an
too.
X.
They're very, very high in fat.
Okay. Score yourself a point for every correct answer. Let's see here.
There's the Cheerios one.
The Cheerios one was C. $4.19 for a box.
See, I went $3.69, but that's probably the old price.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yeah, because you haven't walked in a supermarket in a while.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or that was this morning. This is now.
And the box is also smaller.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, this was the herring, but we got it right.
Yeah.
The Wagyu?
The Wagyu was the...
Anything with Wagyu in it automatically drives up the price.
Yep.
I didn't know what
By
it
the way,
was.
there's a caboose on the loose. Look.
I on the program out, all I'm getting is the steak.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There's a caboose on the loose.
Oh, I don't see those very often. All right, a pound of American Wagyu strip runs about $80.
Look at that, a tiny little train.
Mm-hmm. All right, so, yeah, we got that one correct.
Ours are grass-fed, but we don't massage them.
Yeah. The Japanese Wagyu that
That's
has even
big
more
ching.
marbling, 150 a pound.
Nope.
All right, the Dasani water. Let's see, number 4.
Was I right? $12?
A.
Eh.
$5.99.
Wow.
Seriously?
I
Yes.
had that and I crossed it out. Damn.
I don't know nothing.
Wow.
I crossed it out.
Let's see, number 5.
I have no idea.
In order. Oh, you know what? It's not in order.
Hold on. Look at that.
Hold
That's
on for what?
look at all the graffiti on that
Oh, geez.
caboose.
Yeah. What a shame.
Okay.
Okay. So the whole milk was $4.99.
The whole milk was $4.99.
Yep.
Really? That's
Yep.
cheap.
Let's see
All right, I'm
here.
completely blown that
Land
one.
O'Lakes butter, $5.79. I got that one correct.
Seriously, that expensive?
When was the last time you were in a market?
Well, I buy bulk butter.
And
from
this is why.
BJ's,
And this is
and
why.
I buy their brand.
And this is why you go to Price Right, and buy their brand for
I buy the-
$2.99.
I buy the BJ's brand. So,
Yeah.
and also we don't live in New York City, so our prices are probably lower here.
They are a little lower, but these are not the sale price or anything like that. The Daisy sour cream was $2.69. I got that correct. The Kobani yogurt, $5.29.
Ouch.
And let's see here, the Sargento cheddar was $3.99. I got that one right. And that price seems correct with what I've seen in the market. So usually around here, that Daisy runs about $1.99 to $2.29. I think the last time I saw it was $2.29. So the prices really aren't off by all that much. What costs more? 8 ounces of shredded parm or 8-ounce wedge of aged. Let's see, that's number 6. They tricked me.
The wedge?
Shredded.
See, I told you.
Yep,
And I went with you because you convinced me.
Oh, and they do say shredded usually costs more per ounce than wedges.
Yeah, because
Yes,
there's labor
but
involved.
then they didn't call the shredded aged Parmesan, and that's what. Yeah,
I know. That's why I went with you.
I know it makes sense. Okay. 7, saffron. I was incorrect, but
I went 55.
you would be correct, sir.
Oh, I got one right.
At 55 an ounce for saffron. I don't think many of us are buying saffron. I don't know the last time I bought it. If I want that color in my food, I use paprika.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although saffron does have flavor.
It does. It does. Number 8. Which of these salad toppers is the prices per ounce?
I went with the pumpkin seed because of the brand Kind. And usually that's more expensive.
That's a popular brand at Walgreens now. It isn't. It isn't an expensive tiered
Look out.
product.
Look at this hot shot coming. That thing's moving.
We can't see it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So number 8, the priciest salad topping, B, bacon bits.
Yeah, that was my guess, but
Sometimes I just overthink these. Let's see, number 9,
I went $2.49.
$1.25.
Really? Is that cheap?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. That was the whole point back if you watch the history of food.
Yeah, when Kraft debuted the product in 1937 during the Great Depression,
It was
a
like
box sold for 19 cents.
Yeah, it was like it did, yeah.
Okay, I got the first 2 wrong here.
I went vegetable,
Mm-hmm.
corn,
Yes.
walnut,
Incorrect, sir.
extra virgin olive oil, and avocado
Yeah.
as the most expensive.
Yeah, I messed up on vegetable oil and corn oil. The least expensive, vegetable oil.
Yeah, I got that one right.
Yeah, and then corn oil. I
got that as number 2.
I bought, yeah, and I reversed those 2.
What was number 3?
Extra virgin olive oil, which I got.
Really?
Yes. and then walnut oil,
Oh, and I knew avocado
and
was the
then
most.
avocado.
I knew
So,
avocado was the most
yeah,
expensive.
so I got 3 there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I don't know. I sucked.
6, 7, 8,
I'm gonna file this away.
9, 10, 11.
7.
All right, you got 7? Okay.
I don't know most of these foods.
Well,
I have no clue.
there are 3 different categories
They
here.
didn't-
There's
they
0 to
didn't-
5 points.
Yes, but they didn't put cat food on here.
There's 6 to
They
10
didn't
points.
put ice cream.
And then there's 11 to 14 points. I got, what did I say? I got 11, did I say? 11. What did you end up with, Pete?
I didn't even score myself.
Okay.
I didn't bother.
All right. Well, that 11 puts me at pro shopper.
I'm sure you're
Yeah.
pretty good about.
Now,
the thing.
7 puts you at smart shopper, not just casual shopper. So you have an idea.
I'm a smart shopper, but these aren't any of my foods. Like I said, put cat food in there. Ice cream, English muffins, milk, eggs. That's pretty much what I buy.
Soda.
Every week. Soda, diet soda. And I get that at Costco, so my per unit price gets skewed because it's not quite the same.
All right, so because we just talked about food, I've got a couple of pages of notes here. How can you save some money at the market, okay?
It's a tough one.
Now, if you can't keep track of prices in your head, all right, use a notepad to write down what things are supposed to be rung at. And then watch every item be rung up. All right? If you're too embarrassed to ask the cashier to wait until you fully load your belt so you can verify the prices or what the prices are being run up at, use the self-checkout. All right? Now, I'm against self-checkout because it takes away jobs.
All right, tell me why they need to do that. Why do they need to watch the price?
To make sure something is rung up
programmed in.
properly.
It's programmed into the system properly.
Now, the reason why that is important, when something does not ring up correctly, remember Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 97, Section 184. All right? Now, that states if there is a discrepancy between the advertised price, the sticker price, the scanner price, or the display price and the checkout price on any grocery item, a food store or food department shall charge a consumer the lowest price. If the checkout price or scanner price is not the lowest price or does not reflect any qualifying discount, the seller may not charge the consumer for 1 unit of the grocery item if the lowest price is $10 or less, and shall charge the consumer the lowest price less $10 or 1 unit of the grocery item if the lowest price is more than $10. So if something rings up incorrectly, like higher than what it should be, you get that free. Now, a lot of stores, they will just come over and change the price to the correct price. You go, no, 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 no. You stop them, and you point to the law. The law is posted at every checkout counter. And you say to them, according to the law, that should be free. You have to make a stink about it, because they'll just change it to their sale price, which is against the law. I've written to both of the large grocery stores. They say, well, that's not their practice. But then I talk to some of the employees. They go, yeah, they just. So that, I always end up walking out with 1 or 2 free items at the supermarket by watching the prices. I have a photographic memory. I know what things should ring up as they go through. If you don't, that's why I said use a notepad and keep track of what the prices should be. I end up with like 2 free items anyways.
No,
and
always-
some of them are
I always check my
expensive.
receipt before I exit the store.
Yeah.
I don't watch the item, but I do check my receipt. My experience when I listen to people who have the wrong price, whether they're in front of me, it's usually their error. They were looking at the wrong sign. And that's something you have to be really careful of, Ken, in the store. Make sure you're looking at the correct information, because they will purposely put things, you put something up there and it's not the sale item. So you
And that's
have
another
to watch
thing that I
there.
do. If something is too good to be true,
It's probably
I grab the item, I look at the UPC number
and
underneath the
match
barcode, and you have to look at that number
match it.
on
too.
the price on the shelf. And I'm going to get into the prices on the shelf in a minute.
Yep.
But
Be
with
careful.
a lot of times, if you see a handwritten sign that's a markdown or whatever, a lot of times that does not get put electronically into their system, and it will ring up incorrectly, and you get that free.
I was in a local store, and the soda was on sale, and they had two separate signs. They had one by the door, and then they had one over by where the soda was, and I pointed that out. It did ring up at the lower price, but I said, you've got two signs, and it's a kid. It's just a kid. So they're just looking at me and thinking,
Kenny,
yeah.
you're lighting
I'm
it up
popular
this
this
morning.
morning.
Huh? Yeah.
They just went, yeah, we know. Well, go fix it. Take the sign away.
Now, if you use something often, look at that unit pricing on the card on the shelf. So on the card on the shelf, you see the price. The UPC code is there, so you can verify the item. But then there's also this thing called unit pricing. Now, unit pricing breaks down to per ounce, per pound, per
Whatever.
some other
And
whatever
the way
unit,
it'll
depending
tell
on what
it
it
is.
is.
Yep.
And it tells you, it breaks it down how much you're actually paying per ounce. Or
See, you're into the cat food.
so now it may make more sense to buy a larger item to save money over the long run, but that is not always
Not
the
always
case.
true.
So you have to look at that unit pricing, all right? And we've started out the show me talking, I live simply, I live cheaply, but, in the end, I'm still going out to Vegas 4 times a year. I go down to Florida in the winter. I'm not made of money, but just these little things, they add up in the end of the year.
Consumers need to be very careful about the 2 for 1 or the 3 for 1 or the 2, because sometimes you assume, we make this assumption, that if it's 2 for, it's going to be cheaper. But I have seen it, I did see it, where the items were, you do the math, not hard, 2 for $3 or 1 for $1.49. And I did see that. So automatically you're going to go for the 2 for $3 because you think that's going to be cheap.
And a lot of times you see the 2 for $4 and you go, oh, geez, I have to get 2.
But if you don't use them,
No, you get 1 and it's $2 in most cases. So
yeah, and you have to pay attention to that.
and
Some stores
and
you
some
have
are
to
you
buy it.
must buy 4, and they say it on the tag. So
Some-
No, deceptive advertising?
there's so many gotchas
It'll
out there.
say, yeah, you
N-
have
now-
to pay
now-
attention.
Now, speaking of gotchas, here's something that most people just won't think of when they're in the market. Items with the greatest profit margins, they're placed at eye level in the aisle.
Yes, they are. The cheaper
All right.
ones are down below.
So make sure you look up high and you look down below to see if there's a non-name brand of an item you're looking for.
That's done on purpose. That
Yes.
they keep the more
That's
expensive
on design.
items at eye level.
Yes.
They also keep items grouped together that you might buy together. For example, you're going to find, well, this is an easy one, the peanut butter near the jelly, because you buy them together.
Right.
But they may not be your better buy, so pay attention to what they are because they group them together for a reason. You'll see, for example, hamburg rolls in the meat aisle.
Hellman's is never on the bottom aisle, but the store brand is, and it's 40% cheaper.
Yeah.
And it works just as
It's
good by the
tough
time.
finding-
By the time you mix it with tuna fish or whatever, it's the same.
I haven't found a generic version of Miracle Whip because I like the tangy.
Salad. They call it salad dressing,
Okay.
and they come close. Price Right has a salad dressing. I think Big Y does have.
Honestly, I think some
Because
of
I bought
the-
some Miracle Whip because I got sick of regular mayo with my
Yeah.
tuna fish. I've been eating a lot of tuna fish for lunch.
Yeah,
Yep.
the
So I wanted something a different
good.
flavor.
the store brand
I've done it
stuff.
with ranch too.
Yeah, the store brand stuff will say salad dressing.
right.
That's Miracle Whip.
I think the store brand. I eat the store brand ice cream, and some of it is really good.
It is.
It's as
It-
good.
From what I
to me,
remember.
yeah, as the $4 or $5 a gallon. Peter, have you ever tried the store brand ice creams?
In certain places, yeah.
and they're really good.
But I go to Price Right because Friendly's ice cream is really cheap there.
Oh,
It is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I remember that.
So you want to also make a list, okay? And sometimes that helps to keep you from impulse shopping. Now,
Yes.
you know what else keeps you from impulse shopping?
Ordering online.
Exactly.
I do that.
I know
that's
a lot.
that's why I've started doing that more often than not. I'll go to BJ's and I'll look at what stocking up, and I'll just kind of start my order here and there, and then I'll just go. I don't really need that.
Yeah. Also, eating before you shop.
That's coming up here. That's actually next. Did you read this beforehand?
No,
All right.
but that's something I've heard a long time.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like to hear it. Order online. Well, I don't like people handling or picking stuff out for me. I got over it, and I have OCD.
But I do pick the second item on the shelf now.
Yeah. I know a lot of people do that because of me.
That's you.
So ordering online for either pickup or delivery. Now, you end up double or triple checking your cart, and you think twice about that extra box of Twinkies or something. So that really can help you.
Yeah.
If you have an impulse shopping problem,
Yes.
and you order online, it doesn't mean you have to have them deliver it. You can now
I do
drive
pickup.
over and pick it up.
Yeah, like a BJ's, I'll do for the bulk stuff.
Yeah.
I'll just do the pickup.
Also,
Mainly because I don't want to wait. Honestly, at BJ's, I don't want to wait in the line. for
those
checkout.
lines are horrible.
That's why I do the. That's why I do the pickup from them.
And as Kathy said, don't go when you're hungry. All right, that just needs to be said. I mean, you don't go when you're hungry. Also, do not go during the first 4 days of the month.
Food stamp time.
This is when SNAP benefits go out. So some selections may be out of stock, and you may feel forced to buy a more expensive replacement of what you originally wanted. All right? Speaking of which, do not shop on Saturdays or Sundays, because that is another time when you will run the largest risk of having something being out of stock, and you may be forced to get something else. So that covers grocery shopping.
Well, the other thing I think with grocery shopping, though, and you two might disagree or agree, but be careful of the sale prices, because if I, for example, don't ever buy a Sara Lee cake, but it's on sale, and I think, oh, this is on sale, it's a good price, I got to buy it. Well, I've now spent $5 that I would not have spent. So if you're going to buy something on sale, keep it to items that you ordinarily buy. Don't just buy it because it's on sale. And that's kind of that impulse buying you were talking about.
Exactly.
If you're not going to use it, don't buy it.
Insurance. Now, first, I'm seeing a lot of local insurance companies either merge or close. All right, so you can't feel guilty about loyalty, right? Okay, having said that, I saved a crap load of money by switching to the Lizard. But first,
The government employees insurance company.
yes. But first, I asked the Lizard for a quote, and I went to several local agents. They could not beat the pricing.
No.
Now, to
well,
be
because
fair,
of overhead.
Now, to be fair, that was several years ago, and now some local agents carry the Lizard and even Flow and other national companies. So get quotes and then visit the local guys, but get quotes.
Yeah, it's okay to shop around.
Yeah,
I've always found my best deals with USAA, but that's a membership thing.
right.
I get a
Oh,
great
yeah.
deal through USAA because I got into it based upon, previous marriage. But yeah,
What
that's a
goes
good deal.
along with insurance? Cars.
I never buy new. Well, no, I'm sorry. I bought one new.
Yeah. I just have one simple thing here.
Don't buy a car.
No. Because of gas pricing, right? Keep your damn tires inflated to the proper pressure.
Oh, jeez.
All right, that's
How
the
about alignments?
That's the most important thing to having good gas mileage. I'm talking about gas mileage right now because having a car is going to cost you no matter what. But an ongoing thing that you can control is your gas mileage, and if your tires are properly inflated, then you're going to get the best gas mileage. And guess what? If you go to a place that has a service bay like the Gray or whatever, and you buy their fuel for a couple cents more, fair, they'll check your tires and fix it for you. So, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about cars. 9:40. I think I'm gonna have enough time for all this. See everything else I got here? Yeah, I did a lot of work. I did too much work on this. Entertainment.
Says the Vegas boy.
And I'm looking over. I'm looking over to the monitor, and Pete's not here for this.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
Rethink cable. That's right. You heard me correct.
Uh-oh.
Not for the internet, but for video programming.
Okay.
Right? Now, I don't know about you, but I would need about half a dozen streaming services in order to get what I'm currently watching on cable.
Remember, I don't have a smart TV.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. I bought one.
So is it?
I didn't put it in yet.
Is it still a dumb TV at this point?
Yes, I have 2 dumb TVs,
Yeah.
2 stupid television because I virtually don't watch TV.
So now, if you add up the cost of each service now, okay? If you are within $20 or so from what cable would cost you, I'd feel it's worth the extra $200 a month to have everything in one place. It doesn't save you money, but it saves you a lot of frustration.
Okay.
All right? Everyone puts out, streaming's the best idea. By the time you have 4 or 5 services in order to get everything, you could likely be paying more than cable. So I'm not saying cable is better than streaming. Streaming is better than cable. I'm saying do a cost comparison. Don't just assume you're getting the best deal because the people offering the deals are telling you you're getting the best deal. So Pete, that was about entertainment and basically rethink
I got
cable.
rid of my YouTube cable service and just went to a couple of streaming stuff, but I might bring it back for the football season.
Yeah, and you don't hang out at home and watch a lot of TV either.
He doesn't have time.
No, I'm kind of on the go, or I'll grab onto a series. Like I have 3 streamings. I have Paramount, which is the old CBS.
No, Beavis and Butthead are back on that.
Right. I have Peacock, and I have Discovery Plus. So those are the 3 that I have.
I think Comcast.
Apple
carries Peacock.
You get the commercial version of Peacock if you're a subscriber.
But I only have Apple TV Plus when my series comes on For All Mankind. That's no time so I'll add and drop as stuff comes out that I want to watch.
And that becomes PETA.
Not really. Well, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah. Just add up the numbers and look into it. Don't just assume you're getting the best deal.
And make sure if you bought something, like I bought something for my girlfriend.
Look.
Here's your shot.
Get you drunk.
Here it is.
So
We haven't heard that.
it was like a bracelet thing, and then next thing I know, I was getting charged every month by this company. I'm like, I don't remember subscribing to a service for you people. And so I hammered on them about it. I lost 1 month, but they refunded me 2 months back. And that had been going on for a while. So I'm like, you got to keep an eye on those charges too.
You do. You really,
Because
really
they'll sign
need
you up
to
for something
watch.
you don't even know.
Yep. You need to watch your checking account, any of your accounts. You need to watch them because it is so easy when you go online doing something. That happens, Peter. There's
Happens a lot.
join for this, boom, and you hit it by mistake.
Yeah. I don't have it on my notes, but review your statement.
Yeah, check your statement. Make sure all of those checks coming back are your checks and they're not from some bogus checking account. Make sure anything that's withdrawn, make sure you withdrew it. It's very, very important. I think people put too much faith
It only
in
takes a minute or
accounts.
2 a month,
That's-
especially if you do it all
Look at
online.
it. Yeah. I don't do it online, but every time it comes, I had them one time deduct one of the farm checking accounts from my personal checking account, and our farm accounts, they're large checks. And I said, no,
So
check it.
travel, okay? Now, in order to and obviously I'm going to praise Southwest here because that's what I use.
Yes, you are.
In order to get pricing of Southwest Airlines, you need to go to their website, okay? The fares don't show up on the travel search engines. If you go to Priceline.com or whatever, Southwest does not even come up. You might not even think of them because you're using an engine that's supposed to put everything together.
Correct.
All right? So just go to their website and throw in your where you're leaving in the destination and check, because by the time you pay excuse me, to check bags with Frontier or JetBlue or any of the other discount airlines, you may save money by flying Southwest.
And tell us, for saving money, are there still better times to fly during the week? Or
No,
Wednesday,
Southwest is all
Thursday.
over the place, but believe it or not, the nonstop ones sometimes are the most expensive and sometimes are the cheapest.
okay.
It all depends on what weed they're smoking that day when they put the schedule together. I mean, I haven't been able to figure it out. There used to be a best day of the week to
There
look.
isn't anymore?
From what I've looked at, no, because everything happens so randomly and so quickly now.
Holidays? Do holidays go up?
Yes, Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
Christmas.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, it does cost more to fly around those times.
Okay.
So if you're on social media now, okay, do a few searches on a web browser for a place you'd like to go, and then offers will just start showing up in your social media stream.
yes.
Okay,
No.
and some of them are really legit. Okay, so yeah, just make sure you check out Southwest if you're looking for airline tickets, because you get a personal item and a carry-on and 2 checked bags included on that price, and that price that you see come up, they've already factored in the airport fees and the taxes. So what you see is what you get. And you can keep going back and check that flight. I just got $70 back because I saw the price went down. So I rescheduled it for the same day, same flight, and I got money to use for my next flight out to Vegas.
Vegas?
Dining out on the cheap, Kathy.
Ah.
All right? I say forget about the clown, the king, or the colonel.
Oh, Lord. No, they're terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
By the time you add on your fries and your sides and a drink, you'll spend the same, if not less,
Yeah.
if you frequent a local grinder or a sandwich
I
shop.
was just going to say that. If you
Right.
go and get yourself a good grinder, it has better food in it, better food value. It's not fried, it's not deep fried, it's not breaded. So you're getting a better food value for less money.
And you'll get something that tastes better, too. And you get better portions, and you help a local business.
And honestly,
save money.
It's not that more difficult. You can call up and order.
Yeah, and if you walk in to order, it takes
ready.
10 minutes to make a grinder now. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone thinks, oh boy, that's a sole proprietorship. That's an individual business. It's going to cost me more to get lunch there. No. It's I had a craving for a Big Mac down in Virginia a few months ago, and I walked across the street to the McDonald's, and the Big Mac was $5.79.
Yep.
For $6.99, I got a decent grinder.
Yeah, you were sick. You were pissed about that. I remember that.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
has gone up, Peter. It's $11, $12 now just to get yourself a hamburger and a shake and fries.
So I find that honestly the Pride stores, with their
The
especially the
deli
Westfield
area,
location,
yeah.
the deli and the Chester's chicken, for $10.99 you get way more than you get for $20 across the street at the Colonel.
And there are also, I'm not saying any names, but there are some chicken places, that not being one of them, that the deal they have for the dinner, I could go out and eat for the same price. They're horrendously expensive.
Yeah, so go get yourself a grinder or a sandwich at a local shop,
Absolutely.
and get one of the large 16-inch ones. That way, there you have several portions to go a day or two. I mean,
And you're also, in some cases, supporting a local business.
yep. Loyalty cards. If you're not using them, you should have them because they do work.
I have some.
Yeah. You're already getting boner pill and car warranty emails. a few more emails to get that loyalty card, it's not going to hurt. Create another email account. Go on to Gmail and make a third or fourth or 10th email account that you use just for stuff like that, which I did 20 years ago. I mean, I saw the future. Now, utilities.
Got a couple sweaters.
Yeah, but that kind of comes up here. If you haven't changed the LED bulbs, all right, you're paying too much for your electricity. All right, and I'm not talking about the compact fluorescents. I'm talking LED. All right, just change them. If you are heating above 70 degrees, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, it's way too
All right?
hot.
In public buildings, they have to. But at home, the max should be like 68. And I'm not saying that as an opinion. I've actually read that.
I usually leave it at 62.
In fact, the superintendent here in town, he heats at 64. I heat at 62.
I
mean,
leave it at 62.
and when I'm not home, I use a programmable thermostat that drops the temp to 58. And if you have pets, they can handle 58
Oh,
degrees. All right? They have fur or feathers.
They do.
Now, listen, you can always put on a sweater, all right? If you're heating at a temp where some members of the house are opening a window in February, just turn that thermostat down.
There's also, if you have windows or doors, I know I have a back door that's very breezy. Go to the store and get yourself one of those plastic kits. Oh dear. Okay, go for it.
I know, use a plastic box fan.
It scares
yeah.
me that we have the same thoughts, Ken.
It's literally the
It's
next
frightening.
paragraph here.
Go for it.
If you actually own your house and you have a full attic, look at putting in a whole house fan. All right? These suck the air through minimally open windows into the attic and out the vents. It can save mucho bucks over time by not needing to run the AC.
Running a fan, period, with AC
Period.
is better.
But if you get one of these huge honking fans up on the second floor of your house, if you have a multi-floor or whatever,
I don't-
just to
yeah, I don't
suck everything out through
Yeah.
some open windows, you'd be amazed at what a whole house fan will do. I mean, 40-something years ago, when we
That's
first
what we had.
when we first figured out how great they are, every house we've gone into and renovated, we've put one in.
We did.
Cell phones. I was paying close to $40 a month for T-Mobile, and I switched to Mint. Now I pay a third of that. Now, if you are data heavy, this really is
Like
not
me.
an option, since the Mint customers are the first to be throttled. But it put several hundred a year back into my pocket.
Yeah, but I'm data heavy.
Right. But if you are not data heavy, every carrier has its counterpart. Verizon,
Discounter.
Verizon, I think, is consumer cellular. All right. T-Mobile happens to be Mint, and that could also be AT&T because it's still on the GSM network. I mean, you can't have loyalty these days with a company. They don't know you exist, and they don't care.
Yeah, it's true.
They just don't care. You can't have loyalty. And I have a feeling some of our older citizens may be watching this.
Are you looking
I
at?
didn't want to say senior citizens, but I'm talking about this talk is really going to help some of the people in the older community. And I know that, with dealing with my father, and I've changed his way of thinking now. You can't have loyalty. You were with somebody for 40 years, but you can save half the money if you switch, and the person you've been with 40 years won't even budge. I mean, you can't have loyalty because they don't have loyalty, right? They're not taking care of you at the same time.
Most of your larger companies don't care.
No.
They,
And they don't,
absolutely
and
don't.
they just don't care.
If you decide to change carriers or change TV service, whatever, they are huge companies. You are a number. That is all you are.
They don't care.
You are a number.
Yeah. No loyalty. Remember that. That's going to come up really good with the last
Shop for the
last thing
best
I have
deal.
here. Okay, now credit cards. Over the past few years, you may have charged more than usual on your credit cards. Now, if you have several, like more than 3 with a larger balance, a lot of people had to in order to make ends meet during the Rona. All right, consider consolidating them all onto one card when they offer a zero balance transfer fee and a zero interest for a certain amount of time offer. All right, then only use the cards with a zero balance for purchases that you can pay for fully the next month, okay? This will save you hundreds of dollars a year, all right? Now, if you don't have a credit card with that type of open credit, ask for an increase and tell them why, all right? Now, if that doesn't work, Discover Loans, TD Bank, they all offer personal loans for debt reduction, okay? Stop paying all that extra interest. I mean,
Yeah, you have to. When you use your credit card, honestly, and I know the younger generation uses them for everything and thinks nothing of it. They think nothing of buying the big TV or the computer or the cell phone, and they just put it on the card. You have to pay it off, and if you're paying the minimum, you are going to be paying so much money in interest in the long run. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And people don't realize that. You have to be smart when you're using your credit card. Do I really need this? Am I really going to be able to pay for it? If I'm buying it on credit because I can't pay for it, then don't buy it.
Or now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this thing with the credit cards, if you had to make purchases during the Rona because you're out of work or whatever, all right, yep. but get a debt reduction loan, do a balance transfer with your credit cards, get it down to one bill with interest.
Or if you don't have a good enough credit score, there are ways to consolidate, which you'll take a short-term hit on your but you'll stop paying interest.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year.
It's just the interest rates are ridiculous. And look at that part of the bill. If you owe, say you owe $1,000 and you're paying $35 a month.
It actually tells you now by law how long it'll take to pay.
Look at how much you're going to pay. Look at how much you're going to be paying that $1,000 off for years, and you're going to be paying at least 5 payments of interest. It's just absurd.
And one last thing I want to leave you with, bargaining. Yes. All right? Don't be afraid to ask if whatever price somebody is offering is the best they can do. All right? Worst they can say is no. Mm-hmm. Something simple. It's like, I wasn't thinking about spending that much. Is that the best we can do? And that's all you have to do. You don't have to be really smart at dickering like you see on TV where they start, 100, no 50, no 75, no. You don't have to do that.
You don't have to be an American picker.
Exactly. Just go, I wasn't looking to spend that much. Is this the best we can do?
And you know what? This is what I have.
70% of the time, they'll find something to work for you.
In certain circumstances, a lot of times you've only got particularly if you've got a national chain, their prices are set, and they don't really.
And you look online for a cheaper price, and if you find it, you show it at the cashier, and they match it. Mm-hmm. Yep. Don't remember price matching, ladies and gentlemen, as well. Okay. If you see something online for cheaper, but you're physically in a store, most of the time they'll match it. Even if they take a hit, they'll match it just so that their competition doesn't get.
You get the business.
You have to be a really smart shopper. It's great to go to a discount store, but please be aware, folks, that sometimes the price in a discount store is higher than the price.
That place on Franklin Street is higher in price on a lot of things, and because they have dollar in the name.
Yep, they say I'm a dollar store or I'm a discount store. They might be higher. I buy cat food in bulk, in a big.
You have to.
Like a 40-can pack, and honestly, I can sometimes get a better deal at Big Y than I can in another discount store.
So
pay attention.
That is all the time we have. We covered a lot there in that hour, didn't we?
Wow. Pay
And
attention.
I think it's important. There are some
It is.
things that brought up here that some people may not think about. If I saved one or two people a couple of dollars a year, then this past hour wasn't in vain. It was worth it.